What's up, everyone? November was a huge month for a lot of our members. A lot of our members made over $5,000, and someone even topped $10,000 in profit in the month of November. So, we're going to look at their results and go over some of their strategies, what they used, what worked for them, and what did not work for them in November. Before we get into how the members fared, I'm going to look at my own results this month and do a little reflecting about my own month. So, this is the month of November. I made $1,700 with a 1.25% ROI on, 850 bets or so. Honestly, the ROI is very low. The number of bets is pretty low for myself. And, there's a lot that went into probably this lower ROI and the number of bets, mainly because middle of the month, I took a week-long trip to Disney. So I was able to place some bets down in Florida. They have Hard Rock, which is the only sports book down there, which was nice because I was able to sign up for their sports book and use some of the promos and profit boost that I usually don't get to play because I'm pretty much promo banned on every single book. So before I left for Florida, I was down almost $4,000 and I climbed out of that hole. I made like $6,000 while I was in Florida on my Disney trip. I was literally just betting on my phone on the bus rides into Disney, and then did not touch my phone the rest of the day. And I made $6,000 just in that week. So shout out to Hard Rock for the $250 max bet promos that I was able to take advantage of, and for saving my month, because without that trip down to Florida, it would have been a struggle for me this month. But the ROI is, very low here. I just kind of, didn't get that much volume, and my edge just wasn't that big. If I break it down per league here, really like to see the NBA carrying, because we're in the swing of NBA season right now, so it's important to make sure I get a good strategy for NBA for the rest of the year. So this is awesome to see the NBA. We'll pull this up to see what it actually looks like here, but a 4% ROI with a nice climb for NBA, so that's great. So NBA, I was up. I was up $2,400 NBA. So I gave back in other leagues. College football was good. Coming to the end of college football season, $950. UFC was mostly from some Hard Rock promos. College basketball looks good. So, everything looks great here. The only thing I'm down in was NFL took a bad, ended up pretty bad in the NFL, but that's really the only market that's really concerning. A lot of these soccer leagues actually too. Not great if you add up all those soccer leagues. So hopefully that turns around there. When it comes to my tags, best tag was Math Wins NBA props. He originates props for the VIP section of Sharp Money. He absolutely crushed it, making me almost $1,500 this month. The Sharp Money bot, let's take a look at this one, $873. A pretty good slope here with a big drop at the end. So it was up $2,500 last 2 days of the month, gave back some. So Sharp Money bot looked pretty good overall besides the last couple days. In my running back model, 31 and 31 here for my record. So it was a really mediocre month for my running back model. I think overall I'm up like 4,000. So if I go to the year, we can just look at a couple of these tags real quick. Sharp Money bot up almost 28. My model 4,800. So yeah, good stuff there overall. But anyway, I'm going to go over to the Sharp Money Discord and we can take a look at how our members have fared this month. So I'm going to go over to our recaps channel and we can kind of read through these. So Greek, in all bold letters, says, don't call it a comeback. He had a great month overall. Most of the plays are from the VIP section and the call outs, about 20% from the bot. Shout out to Greek for posting a bunch of NBA originated props in the premium channels right now. Very good results here. If we pull up his chart, he must have been sweating when he started this month, down almost 40 units and then climbed up to be plus 40. So he had like an 80 unit swing to end the month. So nice job, Greek. Way to stick with it and make some profits there. That's awesome. He's been a part of this community for 1.5 years now. If you haven't joined Sharp Money, start now. Yeah, I think so. Sharp Money, we're coming up on our 2nd year. So Greek's been around since almost the beginning. And here's a big one right here. Billboard always puts up some big numbers. Look at that volume he's getting out. 2,500 bets, actually more than that, with a 2.25% ROI. $6,000 in profit. I mean, he does a lot of his damage on the exchanges. I know that because he's limited on every single book. So $6,000 this month from Billboard. He's been around for a long time. Absolutely crushed it. Mr. Something, who made $8,000 last month, is dropping his stuff in here. 99% of his plays are getting fills on Novig or FanDuel. So a lot of Novig from Mr. Something, which is what you're going to see if you want to make money long term. So $2,000, pretty similar to my chart here, honestly. Very low ROI, good CLV beat at 70%. $2,000 a month sports betting, can't complain. ROI could have been a little bit better, but really good stuff there on 1,500 bets, which is pretty solid volume as well. He even breaks it down per market. So his EV stuff is up $3,000. SharpMoney origination is up $820. MathWins daily double up $580. The EV parlays, we're holding them back in promos here. So usually those are probably the highest ROIs when you have promos and EV parlays. But unfortunately, it was a tough month for those. So once those swing the right way, you'll be cooking. Chris, and roller coaster ride for a month. Got into a groove with the bot tracking 2 sharp books moving down. Unfortunately, hit some bad variance in the last week. Gave back 12 units of profit. But yeah, some crazy swings here. But he made $2,000 with another small ROI. So a lot of bets with a small ROI still returned some good profits. So it's nice to see you were up $7,600. You got absolutely tanked and then came back a little bit. So unfortunately, bad way to end the month there, but at least you popped back out of that hole. Valor here had the best results in November by far. Started off cold as well. Then went on a heater. Last 2 weeks were positive and been doing this well after a few rough months. Personally, just flat betting everything now, which is what I do too. He built the bankroll up from $500 to $24,000. Enough money where I can legitimately develop side income from this. Yeah, it's awesome, man. 500 to 24,000 is amazing. And then, I mean, 11K in 1 month is also awesome. I don't think I've ever actually made over 10K. So you beat my all-time record here. But another guy putting in the work, and we see 2,300 bets here. 6% ROI. So don't know how you pulled that ROI off. It's probably a little overinflated, but very, very good stuff. $11,262 in profit in 1 month is wild. Especially, he has the VIP, so he's probably paying $200 for VIP and $50 for the bot. So $250 investment. I know you probably get some plays other places, but can't beat those results right there. Punky Brewster's really good end of the month here. Took a break from the bot, started playing the VIP stuff, Greek and Og. So a lot of just originated plays is what you switch to. Was down $1,000 in the hole and popped up the 3.72% ROI with almost $4,000 in profit. And the volume you guys are putting in is actually very, very impressive. I need to step my game up. Another one with, you have the record here, 3,500 plus bets is wild, especially being able to place 3,000 bets and return a 3.72% ROI is absolutely nuts. Mr. Peters is next. A lot of downtrend, and you see this big spike at the end of the month to finish up 11 units. He said shout out to the promo team, so I think he caught a good promo at the end of the month to finish November in the green, which is nice. Sniper has an interesting chart here. He's got some lows this month. Ended up the month being down, so negative 3.8 units. I always appreciate people sending the months that they do not do well in, because even myself, I have losing months all the time too. So it's really important to talk about this and say that it is normal, as long as you are placing good plus EV bets, that you understand how to place bets, then it'll just come back. And you see, he's probably pretty happy with being down 3 units this month because he was down almost 40 to start the month. So let's see what he has to say here. He said he managed to fight back to pretty much break even. SharpMoney VIP was up only 1 unit overall. If you break it down, NBA was 0.6 units. Rebounds were up 9.3. Assists were 2.7. Sigma VIP football was 5.6 units. Promo team came up big for 20.2 units. So the bots were down a few units. My rushing props were down a few units. And then about 7 units of damage did himself, it sounds like. Clearly, the moral of the story is don't try to outsource your bets. Stick to the process. Glad you came out of this big hole there and broke even. That's not a bad month overall, honestly. So Bryce here said he had a negative 43 unit in October. Played too many NHL props, which that can get messy quick. November stuck to playing the origination and call out channel, so we can see a breakdown here. So Bryce made over $5,000 with a 4.4% ROI, 1,500 bets. Here's the breakdown. Nice work on the bots, $3,000 on the bots. Math wins NBA, so that's part of VIP. He made 1,500. Sigma made 280, and my running back props lost him $240 there. Running back props were pretty just mediocre this month. After a very hot first couple months, mediocre. So hopefully we'll bounce back there. Mev with another $1,000 profitable month. Got smacked with some bad variance early. I mean, it seems like almost everyone is just down in the hole first half of the month and then ran well after that. The bad variance was when he joined SharpMoney VIP, and then he stuck to the process and just flipped it around. So that's awesome. I took profits out for the first time to knock down some personal debt, and that's always very good. Scaled back the units at the end of the month after passing 1K, running $35 units now instead of $100 with my volume. He's got the $3,500 bankroll to still play with, which is great. So went down minus $2,000 up to 1,000. So it's a good time to take money out, especially before you got to pay taxes on any profits coming up on the end of the month here. GBOP. November was another record-setting month for me, bringing my 3-month total at $20,000 in profits after starting the year with a $2,500 bankroll. First month of VIP started off cold and then rebounded quickly. So that's probably why you see a lot of these guys. Early month is trending down, and then we pop up because VIP was slow to start the month, and then everything started turning out well. So if you see here, just a VIP tag ended the month with a 4% ROI. The first half of the month there was really no profits, and then jumped out from there. So $8,643 in profit, 2,000 bets made, 6% ROI, just ridiculous numbers. Very good work, GBOP. That's awesome. Young Whirlin, nothing massive, but this is a good looking chart. You can tell the people that play more promos and less bets because they have this choppy up and down pattern. It's due to variance in the lower win rate of playing promos and stuff. So when you bet 5,000 bets in a month, like some people are doing at a low edge, you kind of see these smoother charts. But we have less bets here and more volatile bets being placed. But overall, you can tell that this chart, is moving from bottom left to top right, which is what you want to see. So 12 units here with a 5.3% ROI, which is great ROI on 500 bets. So really good work there. This boy Fresh, first month of plus EV betting. Player props have been the most profitable. Derivatives and spreads were nice as well. So welcome in, first of all. This boy is Fresh. First month of EV betting to see these good results is awesome. Just got to be realistic with yourself that 4% ROI, you're running kind of hot. I mean, you might have good promos and good limits still, so maybe you can run for 4% for a little while. Looks like you're doing everything well. I mean, this chart is beautiful. You peaked at $1,700. You regressed, He looks like he stuck to the process and can continue to climb. So really good stuff there, and a nice amount of volume for your first month of plus EV betting. Player props did well. Derivatives did well. Spreads did well. I mean, everything looks great. Keep doing what you're doing. All right, Broad Axe here. Great month. A shout out to the promo team. They were on a heater in November. What worked is getting over my fear and scaling my bets. Also, line shopping the promos on different books as well. Yeah, so scale. Oh, wow, almost 10% ROI. So scaling can be very, very scary. But once you have a big enough sample size for where you're confident in knowing what you're doing, I mean, you just got to go through it and you got to push yourself through that uncomfortableness. Like I said, I first started with $10, $20 units. And, if I lost $100 in the day, I'd be sick to my stomach. And then, raising your unit size from 10 to, $50 is wild. And you see, instead of losing $100 a day, sometimes you're losing $500 a day. And that's it's hard to stomach. But if you don't get comfortable and push through that, then you'll never scale to huge numbers. But I mean, $888 is great profit with a 10% ROI. That is awesome. Just keep scaling. You don't have to fully push yourself to like 1% equals 1 unit. You can go a little bit lower if you want to scale a little bit more comfortably. But I'm telling you, you will get comfortable with increasing your units. But it is tough to do. It's a mental game. Bucky Todd also with his best month ever, which is nice to see. After 8 straight down months, he had to reflect on what was going wrong. Stop chasing parlays and promos. Stuck to 1 unit's flat. He stuck to the Sharp Money call out channel, and basically the results speak for themselves. So yeah, nice 6.8% ROI, good amount of bets, $1,302 profits. Nice month, Bucky Todd. Mac Bo here had a slightly down month with a negative 1.6% ROI. Pulled himself out of a hole of a $700 hole. Seems like everyone this month just started down and then had to gather themselves back. So good recovery here. Doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. Your CLV beat to negative CLB seems a little bit tight. Probably want to see a bigger gap in between these, but it's not bad. I mean, you can clearly tell that you're on the right side of the line more often than not, but maybe just being a little bit more selective on those plus EV plays would pay off for you next month. So that's everyone that sent in a recap. I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you can leave a like, if you want to join the Discord so that you can be a part of December, which I think is going to be a big month, is one of the biggest months to be a part of plus EV betting, because you have so many sports going on: college basketball, NBA, NFL still going on. We have soccer. There's everything going on in December. So it's the best time to learn about plus EV betting and join a Discord like ours. So if you want, the links will be below. There is a free version of our Discord, and then there's a couple paid versions, but definitely join the free version, at least if you are curious about plus EV betting and you want to start turning sports betting into a little bit of a side income. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next video.